positive self-talk. Okay. The fifth strategy is practice mindfulness. So mindfulness, we probably nowadays the mindfulness is a buzzword. So in almost every social media or in almost every like anywhere you can open the internet and you can see mindfulness, this word. So I'm just going to try to explain a little bit of mindfulness. So this is kind of your inner state. So when you are just focusing on yourself, like focusing on your breathe and trying to accept those thoughts and talks, but just trying to, after listening to them, after acknowledging these thoughts and talks, you are actually trying to focus on your breathe, and then you are trying to calm down yourself. So when we teach at UCLA this class, we have like 2 to 3 meditation sessions. We actually like helping our students to practice mindfulness in the class. So practice mindfulness, you can have more focus on yourself. Then the sixth one is recognize your strength and weakness, as I have just said, like few slides before. Like definitely know what is your strength and what is your weaknesses, because strength is good. Strength, you can like improve more, but try to work on your weaknesses, because research shows that like when you are trying to work on your weaknesses, actually, and having someone with you who is honest to you or who is actually care for you, getting some feedback from he or she, that when you are like when you are working on your weaknesses, then you can improve. So try to get some feedback and working on your weaknesses, you will improve. Yes, for sure. And then the seventh strategy is question your decision before you commit, because sometimes when we actually uh, take decisions, uh, we actually take the decision in a hurry or in a rush. But when you are actually going to take some decision, try to write down 3 good reasons. Okay, so 3 good reasons that why you are taking this decision. Then think on that. Think on these 3 reasons. Okay, like for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like what will be the impact of each reason on my life. I'm going to give you an example here. Like, suppose you have 3 projects or 2 projects in your plate when you are doing your PhD or your postgraduate, and both of them are actually very lucrative, very attractive, right? If one is good, one is bad, the decision is easy to take, right? Oh, the bad one, we just discard the bad one. But if there is kind of like both of them are good, like one is like 99 and the other one is 100. So it's very hard to differentiate between these 2 projects, what projects I should start first or what project I should move on. So then still you can write 3 reasons for each project. And then you can dwell on that, you can sleep on it, you can think on it, like what these 2 projects or the reasons for these 2 projects have their impact on us. So then you can decide like what should be your priority, because as I have said, like in my last webinar, multitasking is not recommended. If it's if like if you don't have any choice, it's okay, but it's not recommended because we only can focus on one thing at a time. So you actually cannot focus on your both project at a time. Believe me, trust me. you need to do one by one. At least you need to start one before than the other. Okay. So just that's why you need to think like which project you are going to start uh, first. And you need to think about the reasons and what impact they have in your life. And the eighth, I have already talked about it, like say, like seek the feedback, seek for help. So ask for feedback, seek help, seek feedback from who you can trust. Okay. So they can show you or they can talk to you about your weaknesses, about your improvement. Because without feedback, we cannot do anything. Trust me. We need to have feedback, but you need to be sure, like you need to get the feedback from someone who you trust. This is important. Who you trust. Okay. So now the second one is self regulation. So I have talked a lot about self awareness. So now you know who you are, right? Like what is your strength, aspiration, passion, motivation, all these things you know now. Now the thing is that how you can regulate yourself, how you can manage yourself. So self regulation is the control, is the ability, your skills to control and manage yourself and not yourself. What the in the deep down, manage your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your action to achieve your goal and respond to the environmental factor. Now the environment is coming. Okay. So you need to actually manage your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So, why I am like making these three words in bold? You can see like feelings, thoughts, energy, definitely energy. Energy is all. Okay. And as a biologist, we all know we have just limited amount of energy. And all of us have the same amount of energy. But still, somebody is way up there and somebody is still struggling. So, those are the reasons uh, that why somebody is struggling and somebody is way up there. So now you have to control your feelings, thoughts, and actions. Okay. So these emotion, thoughts, and actions or behavior are actually interlinked. Okay. They all link together. Let me elaborate on this. So here I'm showing a concept. Okay. So in this picture, you can see, I will first start with the right hand side of the slide. So you can see like professional goal achievement and success. So your behavior, what type of action you are actually taking is affects like your professional success or your professional goal. So, and this behavior is actually helping or led by emotions. So, if we just start from the situation now, so situation or experience, like a situation which we cannot control, because this blue color situation, it's sometimes it's just come to us, right? Sometimes we don't have any control over situation, but after this situation, we can control every step. So here I'm giving you one example, like it's adapted from Cornell University. So here you can see like somebody just criticized you at work. So your thought, this criticism actually led you uh, s- uh, like like generate some thoughts inside you. So suppose I am not good enough, right? What goes through your head? So I'm not good enough. These thoughts, self negative thoughts, okay, or self talk, self negative talk, or negative thoughts. These negative thoughts or self negative talk is actually, you can see like here is like quote unquote, means somebody is talking to you. You is actually you, right? Your negative you. It's saying, I am not good enough. Then these thoughts actually generate emotion. Emotion, like what you feel, how you feel. You feel worthless and anxious. Like, okay, I'm done for the day. You got anxious and you feel that you are worthless. You are not going to do anything in your life anymore. So then these emotions actually lead you to do some or take some behavior, so take some action. Okay, you are going to show some uh, like negative behavior, like you isolate yourself, avoid contact with others, because one person criticized you, you are going to avoid with everybody, right? And then your professional goal or success or achievement will be gone. So you can see like how this professional goal achievement or success are actually related with this whole pathway. Now, so that's why I am giving like showing with reverse arrow. But what you should do then? You have some strategy, right? You can do something. You are going to self regulate. You are going to self regulate your thoughts, your emotions. And when you are going to self regulate your thoughts and emotions, definitely your behavior will be self regulated. And you are going to get your success back, or you are going to achieve your goal. So that's why we definitely need to regulate our self negative talk, negative thoughts, negative emotions. So, definitely, when we are going to do these thoughts and emotional control, our behavior will be changed and we will achieve our goal again. So, here, for example, I am quoting two persons here. So, one is Christine Casper, what she said, like if we are in a heightened state of agitation or anger, we cannot make good decisions. We cannot reason well. Okay, so when just remember, I think those are the things like we feel every day. When we are at our anger stage or angry stage or sad, we cannot take good decision. That's why our parents or our seniors or our peers sometimes tell us, calm down, take a deep breath, calm down, right? Because we cannot take good decisions when we are angry. Then another person who has actually written a very good book on emotional intelligence, he wrote like good decisions require far more than factual knowledge. They are made using self knowledge, which is self awareness, and emotional mastery when they are needed most. So you need to know yourself, like self aware, and also you need to self regulate yourself. When you do these two, or you gain the mastery on these two, only then you can take the good decision. Because it never happens in our life, right, that we are not going to have any heated discussion or any unpleasant moment in our lab or in our career. It's it's coming with life, right? This is life. So definitely we need to control ourselves. So let me talk to you about the science, like the neuroscience, brain science, like why we are saying all these things, because it's all is in our brain. Okay. So in this book here, I am showing a book like what I have just said. I have taken so I am I okay? I'm not sure. Okay. So, so here you can see like what our brain is doing here, like how our good decision, our rational brain, our decisive brain, and how our emotional brain are connected so much, how they are communicate with each other, and why I am saying from last 15 minutes that control your emotion, manage your emotion, because it's in our brain. Okay, so let's start, like how your emotion and your decision are actually communicate with each other. So you can see this picture, you can see like the emotional intelligence pathway or the sensation or the sense which we get from the outside, like the trigger, it starts from our spinal cord and it's traveled through this this part, like our emotional brain or limbic system, to the frontal lobe of our brain. So you can see this is the frontal lobe, our brain. So this is like this part. Okay. So this is the frontal lobe or this part, like the this part of our brain, and the limbic is here. So you can see like when the signal, like any event you just came across, is traveling through your brain. And before reaching to the decision brain or rational brain, we can say this part, frontal lobe, is our rational part, right? We take all our decisions from here. So, this frontal lobe, where rational processing happens, before reaching this, if the event or your signal got stuck in the emotional center, then your rational brain cannot see this signal. So the brain is going to take the decision only based on the emotion. There is nothing like emotion, like rational thinking. Okay. So we need to make sure that we have to balance between these two brain part. We need to like let the signal goes to this frontal part of the brain. Okay, so that our rational brain can also take some decision about your experience or about your situation. So we need both parts of the brain. We need rational part of the brain, and we also need emotional part of the brain. So our brain is actually designed in this way. So we cannot do anything, right, except learning about self regulation, practicing self regulation and self awareness, and gain mastery on that. So so that's why here I'm giving a picture of uh, uh, like this is another research. So here we call it zones of regulation. Okay, so here you can see some picture of the uh, emotions. So before taking any decision or before doing any work, talk to yourself. Okay, just talk to yourself, like which zone am I in, right? Which zone, like what zone I, because you know what, before having some good decision, or before having before going to, when you are going to do some good work or important work or any type of work or any meeting or any collaboration, you need to be on the go zone, like the green zone. That's why, like, who have discovered these zones of regulation, he actually made it like a traffic light. So when you are in the blue area, blue emotions, then it is your rest area. then if you feel like hyper, confused, upset, you must be slow down, right? You must slow down. It's a signal that's slow. And then you are like frustrated, mad, yelling, or hitting someone. Before hitting, actually, don't hit anyone. Before hitting, stop. So it's your red light. When you feel that you are on the go zone or green zone, then actually you are good to go. So, and how you can turn this red, blue, and green to, sorry, yellow, red, and blue to green, I'm going to show some strategies. So, before that, this is kind of like what type of skills or habits a self regulated person possesses. As I have just said, like stop, think, act. Okay, so self control. So try to like don't be impulsive or don't take any decision or don't talk to your supervisor or with your friends or peers or with anyone, even with you, actually, with you, because today is all about you. When you are in an impulsive mode, not in a rational mode. Okay, so there is a difference. Like these are two extreme things. One is impulsive, the other one is rational. So try to be on the rational part, not in the impulsive part or disruptive emotion. So try to control yourself. Okay, feel your self control. So that's why before taking any decision, stop, think, and then act. Okay. And now we know the pathway of this thought, emotion, behavior, and how to reach our goal. Then the number two skills a self regulated person possesses is dependability. So, why I'm saying these things like dependability? Because you can see like we actually in we actually can say in for a person sometimes it's a very colloquial thing that oh, I know that if this person commits once, he or she is going to do that. But if this person is going to commit, probably he or she is not going to do that, or probably they are going this person is going to break his commitment. So we know others actually, right? So this is like kind of dependability. The concept of dependability comes from there because dependability means like only commit to someone or something when you know that you are able to do it or you are able to accomplish this work, then only commit to one thing. And as I have just said in my self awareness slide, that write down the reasons, right? Write down the reasons of your work, why you are trying to pursue this work. If you know that you actually want to do this work or finish this work, then you can commit and you can fulfill your commitment. So you will be the dependable person and people will see you as a dependable person. Then the number three is adaptability. So here definitely I can give you an example, which is pretty easy example, and I think everybody now is adaptable kind of because uh, our our whole system, learning system, or this type of seminar system, all of them were kind of seminar or in-person communication or in-person teaching or in-person learning. Now all of us are actually shifted to online. So when the new situation came, COVID-19 came, all of us are actually very adaptable person. We are still learning, we are still teaching, we are still coming, we are still communicating, but through online. So we adapted ourselves to this online mode. So pat ourselves. We are very adaptable person. We are showing the adaptability. So, because we are actually very flexible to this new situation. Then the fourth one is optimism. Uh, I I am showing this picture because almost all of us know these things. It's nothing new because we all are very positive. All the researchers are very positive because rejection of our paper is a kind of a common thing in our life. So, so like this, this positive, like looking at the positive side, looking at the reviewer's comment, working on that, trying hard, trying to submit this rejected paper to another journal, or working on the reviewer's comment and then go back to this journal, submit it, resubmit it again. So, this type of thing we are doing like in our life. All the researchers are doing these things. So, we all are optimistic. So, from here, you can see that we all are kind of have this type of self-regulated person skills. So we all are optimistic, and then we